What? Thank you. Thank you.
You were just previewing, that's why.
Well, okay. You know, I must have something wrong. I must have screwed something up because it did this last week too. I must have screwed something up. Hey everybody, I think it should have popped up without anybody refreshing. I think we figured it out. And if this happens again, it should be fixable within like 30 seconds. I'm really sorry, everybody. I've been talking to no one. I do that. I get all wrapped up in the introductions, and then I calm down and realize no one's saying anything. You know, if Gunner's in the chat and he's talking and he's not throwing questions at me, something's wrong. You know, something's wrong. So, thankfully, you know, having Nick here has been a godsend, I got to say. Because he spotted the, like, hey, they're saying they can't see you, you know, as I'm talking to nobody. And then I'm trying frantically to fix it. And, you know, he's like, well, maybe if you click go live. Because I was live. I swear. I was live. But it screwed up somehow. And when I went into preview mode, I could see everything again and it was fine. But then I was in preview mode. And I forgot to go back to live mode. But anyway, one URL this time. Not gonna turn into last week or anything. So, hello and welcome to episode 26 of the Ration Museum Bulletin. I'm your host, Sean. This is your co-host. I mean, twice in a row is co-host at this point. So, Nick Ambergelli, and we are in the museum archives. So, you missed the tearing open of the ration. It is not meant to be unceremoniously tossed everywhere, but we're going to start over as though it was just being opened. You know, so oohs and ahs, please. Sorry again. You know, this is a work in progress. So, real quick hellos to everybody that I missed. Howdy, Jeremiah. Howdy, Zeno. Howdy, old Smokey. Howdy, Aletha. Howdy, Booger Butt and Booger Butt. Great to say that every week. Howdy, Howard. Howdy, Gordon. Howdy, Marilyn. Howdy, Gail. Howdy, Renee. Howdy, Michelle. Oh wow, so many people. It's good to have this problem. You know, it takes a while to run through everybody. Howdy, Ben. Howdy, Pete. Howdy, Doolin. PXG Doolin. Good to see you again. Howdy, Rachel. Howdy, Kaylin. I'm not sure if I caught you already, but here you are just in case. Howdy, Tim. Gosh. Lots and lots of folks this week. Well, welcome to the stream. Howdy, Gunner. There we go. Howdy, Joe. Missed y'all. So, as I said to no one, which I'm getting used to doing, 26th episode, we are going to focus tonight on the plan for the museum in general, just some of the next steps. Got a lot of momentum behind what's going on. And between last week and this week is the most after work and weekend time I got to put into the museum, you know, pretty much any week since this restart happened, other than maybe the move. But it's been great making progress, starting to figure out how to properly, you know, sort everything and get a handle on one thing at a time that's going to actually make sense to do in an order, you know, that we can benefit from. So, insanely excited, you know, that things are picking up, and I have other people to thank for all this. I have Nick to thank for this. I have my buddy Luke to thank for this. I have, you know, old Smokey more than anybody out there to thank for this. This energy right now. Old Smokey is, you know, constantly reaching out to me, constantly reaching out to all of you. He believes in this museum. I believe in this museum. We are going to get this thing up and running. And, you know, when people can go to places and walk inside them again, it'll be available to do that. And when, you know, people are getting used to touring things in VR and looking at websites for stuff, it'll be there for that. So with that in mind, we're going to focus a lot on the digital side of things for the first quarter of 2021 and beyond. and we have some plans there. So, hello. That's where we're at. And that's what I did last time, plus a good chunk before I realized that I was talking to nobody. Pete thinks his beer is starting to skunk, but I got a feeling that Smokey's beer last night was just a little skunkier. And if he can drink one that's older than the Carter administration, then so can you. Well, no, don't do that. But you can drink your 3 months out of date skunk beer. Come on. Hope everybody's doing well. So tonight is Old Smokey's giveaway. Sorry, I felt like I had rambled through that for a while, but again, before I went live. So around 5:30 or 5:45, looks like, potentially before we get too far into this, he's gonna be doing his giveaway. So excited for that, and I'll be turning focus over to him at that point. So Howard asks, what other museum can you go in and then eat the exhibits? Howard's not invited to this museum anymore. You don't get to eat my exhibits, Howard. That's not how this is gonna work. No, I mean, I'm sure we're gonna have, if at all possible, and especially if we have some direct connection to some of the manufacturers once things get up and running and they have a reason to care about us. I'd love to have a steady stream of extras or whatever that we can, offer to people to try. How great would it be if you do get to come into the museum and check things out and, at the end get to, tear open a pouch with the group and everybody gets, a couple spoonfuls or whatever. I mean, however it has to work, or everybody gets to sit down and have a meal. That'd be awesome. And it'd be great to have you, Booger Butt, if you ever do make it out here. And let me say, for right now, anybody that is in the Philly area and does want to see the museum, reach out to me. Reach out to me. There we go. Reach out to me directly, Sean at rationmuseum.com, and just let me know your schedule and when you're coming through. And I can't promise anything, but if it lines up and I can be here, I'd love to spend some time with collectors, and we're not talking about an overwhelming, tour de force, but if, you're coming through with your family and 2 or 3, you want to come in and take a look at something in the collection or just see the project yourself and get a feel for the reality of it, I'd love to help that out. I mean, I'd love for people to get that feeling that I get when I walk in and it's just shelves full of history all around you. So, reach out if anything like that is possible for any of you. I'd love to meet you face to face and show you the collection. And for now, that's it's still technically just mainly a private collection attached to the museum, and then donations within that belong to the museum. And it's certainly not a display at the moment, but we can set something up. We can look through a bunch of stuff. So. Modern recreations of vintage rations. That's one of the things in the idea pile is we'll have the time to really scan and study some of the pieces that we have and maybe help with the creation of some modern reproductions. So that'd be fantastic. Welcome, Tracy. Good to see you.
We were kind of talking about that too, the idea of like going to a supermarket and putting together your own ration.
Oh, well, yeah, there's that too, because, which
like a lot of those Scandinavian rations, they have a lot of Kroger brand stuff in them.
There's a lot of rations that have, like, in Eastern Europe there's like travel lunch stuff that shows up everywhere. There's a lot of civilian brands that make it into rations, more so overseas than in the US for sure. But if anybody remembers, that was on the MRE Info forums a few years back, we've had competitions where folks like put together their own ration and try and hit a certain calorie count and see how dense you can get it and how you pack it together and what the shelf life would really be across your whole ration. It was a neat like, challenge that a bunch of folks joined in on. You know, I hate that one. Meals rarely edible. I hate that. That's not at all true. You know, these things are good. Like they're solidly good. We're gonna eat one of the better ones tonight, I think. But it's also one of the ones that some folks aren't super big on. So just starting back over with that side of things. You know, we pulled out a menu 10 scrambled eggs with cheese, Western style, of an Ameriqual packed MCW. We got a date stamp on the package of 5041. And I honestly cannot recall if I had these, if I got these in 2015 or much or before that point, in which case they'd be 05s. Looking at all this though, I'm not 100% certain, so I think I'm going to ask for some help on this. So let's see, we've got a Mountain House entree right here, scrambled eggs, Western styled scrambled eggs with ham, peppers, and cheese. That is produced by Oregon Freeze Dry, aka Mountain House. So this one we're gonna add 8 ounces of boiling water to this and get this going in just a bit. Actually, let me turn on the water over there. We got hot cocoa. We got some orange crystals for some orange drink. We got 1 spoon. We have a chocolate sports bar. Oh, I even said a whole big thing about Scotland for a little bit. You know, anyway, just remembered I was saying it when I was holding the sports bar. Scotland's awesome. And Lars, welcome Lars from Germany. Sorry, I said that the first time around, but not this time around. Hope he's still here. So we've got some instant enriched farina, maple and brown sugar. I've never had a ration of farina, so definitely excited to try that. And last but not least, we have combos, cheddar cheese pretzel. So then we've got our Ameriqual MCW accessory packet.
I like the little bottle of Tabasco.
So the Tabasco might be part of our clue. Let's see. Apologies if the boiling water sound takes over in a minute. All right, so we've got good shape non-fat creamer, or sorry, non-dairy creamer. Seemingly good taster's choice. Sugar is a little stiff, but seems fine. So we got probably a good serving of coffee. Then we got some interesting looking Tabasco. Looks to me that it's mostly evaporated in there and condensed down to one side. It smells a little like Tabasco, but not on any, well, actually.
Does the bag smell like Tabasco?
What do you think about that?
Yeah, that definitely smells like Tabasco.
This moist towelette smells a little like Tabasco. Okay, so everything smells a little like Tabasco, but nothing looks discolored. So I think we might be having a 2005, not a 2015. Does anybody know from the farina? There we go, 5013. So we got a mix of first couple weeks of 2005 or 15 in all these date stamps. Hey, Salty Croc, welcome to the stream. Hey, here we go again. We got another 30 viewers at a time. This is fantastic. You guys are the best. This is definitely not a 1995, Chris. In 1995, it would have still been the... Oh, wait. When was that changeover? Oh no, the changeover I want to say was like 1998 or 1999, maybe right into 2000. From the ration cold weather to the meal cold weather. RCW, was that the last year of the RCW, Smokey, or was that? I'm pretty certain it was an RCW in '95, but 98, 99. Got it. Okay. Yep. So that was the changeover. I keep almost knocking down this camera. Though it wouldn't be much of a stream if the camera didn't fall down at least once. Alright, so this had an inner pouch, like all AmeriQual rations. Tore that open and the outer pouch right before realizing that we weren't talking to anybody. Alright, we got water boiled. It is not going anywhere near the laptop at the moment. Alright, so this is probably no good, this Tabasco, which is a shame because with eggs,
I think we have a Tabasco, like a non-dead Tabasco.
I'd be up for finding out. Alright, I'll get this started. So, let's see, we're gonna crack this open. Hey, Mark Swisher Eats Stuff, or Eats and Stuff, welcome. Up, and hey, Murray, welcome to the stream. And Fred, welcome, good to see you. So yeah, Warnick was the one making it in 98, 99, got it. Hey, JW, welcome as well. We got a whole crew in here right now, this is great. So, we got the water boiled up before it starts getting cold again. I'm gonna get this open. So it's got one of these notches in there. But I think I'm gonna try and just open it straight on. No, that's not gonna work. I'm gonna have to use the tear. Oh, all right. This is more effort than it's been in a little while to get one of these open. Maybe I generally go for scissors. Nope. All right, there we go. So, just got a little edge there. Don't have scissors over there. Right, there we go. So, just going to tear this whole top chunk off so we can get a look inside and see the freeze-dried goodness as a brick. There we go. So you can see the chunks of celery in there, or peppers probably. Actually, that's probably peppers and onions and everything. Let's see. Let's just run through this. We got whole eggs, ham, green and red bell peppers, dehydrated cheese, blend, corn oil, etc., etc., etc. Okay, so, yep, red and green bell pepper is what we're seeing in there.
Sorry, it's a no-go on the Tabasco.
No-go on the Tabasco, but that's all right. We got yeast extract. I mean, we're good. All right. Farina's an Italian car designer. I'll take your word on that. Nick?
Pininfarina is the designer of Ferrari, but farina just means like little wheat in Italian.
Oh, wait. Didn't measure. Shoot. Shoot.
Those little cups, the white and blue ones, are 8-ounce cups.
You know, with some of them a little less is better, with some a little more is better. I'm doing this out away from myself. Ooh. All right. So.
I guess they give you an extra long spoon so you can mix it without burning your fingers off?
This spoon is the standard ration spoon for decades.
Mm.
This thing's fantastic. It'll burn for kindling if you need kindling or a fire starter. Just the matches, and this spoon has started many a campfire for me. But I guess you really shouldn't burn plastic, but you know, just the spoon. I'll start the environmental channel after the movie. The museum's doing well. Then we'll stop people from using spoons they like. I'm joking.
You've played 90 spoons before.
All right, so we've got. Oop, of course. Yeah, we've got. Nope, that's just not gonna work. It's gonna fog it up every time. All right, so got it mixed up. Gotta pop that in there. Get this folded over. Yeah, less is probably more water-wise. I'm just gonna keep it, you know, keep it right around there. I think it's got a tiny, tiny pinhole leak, maybe, but maybe not. So we'll get that set out there, and then let's see. We want another 8 ounces of water in the farina. So we're going to cut this in half and put half a cup in each bowl. So we got 2 bowls. We got some farina in there. It's kind of like, looks like cream of wheat.
That's what farina is. That's exactly what farina is.
But farina is, it says farina. Doesn't say wheat.
In Italian, it's a brand, farina.
Well, this isn't a brand of Italian.
Well, no, but the word comes from. I actually know the history behind the name of that. But.
Okay. I'd say that's about half and half. Oop, got a dust cloud there. So, I'm going to take another cup of water here.
It smells super mapley. You can...
Just gonna do something stupid, burn myself probably. Call that good.
I'm grab another spoon.
Seems about right there. Get this mixed up. And then we'll let that set for a couple minutes. And let's see. We got some other bits and pieces. So we got our orange drink, we got our cocoa beverage, and maybe let me take a step back and, since we pointed out there was a difference between, the RCW and the MCW. So the meal cold weather is essentially akin to the long range patrol now, but when the ration cold weather started, it was a 24-hour ration, and it was all the way through. So when you get an RCW, there was a Part A and a Part B. And between the A and B, you had all the pieces you needed for your day. So there tended to be, actual breakfast, style parts of every RCW, which one of the other reasons why I'm salivating so much when I'm talking about RCWs. They were awesome, and they had compressed food bricks, like they had the oatmeal bars, they had cookie bars, they had cornflake bars, they had some interesting stuff. and between the two bags, it was a sizable meal. So let's see. Do you want to divide up the chocolate sports bar, Nick?
Is that a question?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well. And the combos. Let me get our snack bowls. Or actually, no, these are the scrambled egg bowls.
Really, they're snacks.
Yeah, you're right. They can stay as is. So we got orange juice, essentially not orange juice, orange drink, but let's see, add 12 ounces. So don't necessarily want boiled orange juice.
Do you want me to go get some cold water upstairs?
But it'll reconstitute better. So here we go. Oh wait, that's right. It's just going to be like 6 each. Never mind. Don't need one of these big cups.
I'm not sure how many ounces the big cup is.
So we're going to need cups for cocoa, cups for orange drink, cups for coffee. This is let's see, we got our cup pile going over here. How you doing over there, Smokey? I got all kinds of drink making. I can certainly focus on that if you want to start your experience. Oh, we got 33 viewers right now. So technically right now is our online guest peak. Welcome everybody. Holy heck, this is great. Chris, I don't think I ever said direct howdy to you. I did comment on something you said, but howdy. And Robert, welcome. Let's see, anybody else I missed? If I did, just say hey, and I'll reciprocate. So, we got drinks and drinks and drinks to make. Let's see, we got orange juice. So these crystals, these don't look great. They might have had one of the acids in them, or the sorbates in them, or something like that go by bad. Hey, David in Oklahoma City, welcome. Good to see you. So let's see. I'm gonna grab a mix of this. Go about 6 ounces each.
Looks orange.
Looks orange. All right. Pass that on. Stirring. However,
I'll go get stirred.
Sorry. And then I'll prep the cocoa. We're gonna eat this whole thing. That's why I need 2 people here. Because it's no small task. Oh, Smokey's got the contest going. Good luck, everybody. Adding in the cocoa. Let's see. And then, oh, I forgot to read. Always forget to read. So, this is a Jonas Brothers packaging company. Been around long before the Jonas Brothers, so these are the real Jonas Brothers in my eyes.
Jonas?
So, not Oklahoma City, but no, wait, no, that's not anywhere near. Never mind. So we got 6 ounces on this one, so that'll be 3 each. So not a ton in these. That's going to be some chocolatey chocolate. That's about right.
I put a lot of water in that thing.
Pretty much just enough. Like, we're going to do the coffee next, and it's going to be 4 ounces each. So I think you pulled another magic prediction there.
Oh, well, you know.
No Powerball.
It's not easy waking up perfect. But I don't do it.
Oh, let's see. Might have missed. Oh, let me see. Oh, yeah, I think so. I think somebody did win. I thought I saw that in there.
Winner.
Oh, I see. Well, let me catch up. Hey! Well, there we go. Congratulations. Oh, that's fantastic. You know, I love all you guys, so I'd have been thrilled no matter who won. I mean, as long as it's, well, no, whatever. I'd be thrilled no matter who won. That's great for any ration enthusiast, you know, to, yeah, I mean, where are you going to find better odds than a stream of 30 people, you know? Most of these contests, you're looking at thousands of folks to compete with. So I appreciate every one of you coming in here, and really appreciate old Smokey for doing this. Yep, 82. That's what you said up front. It was going to be. So I mean, to me, but as a witness, all right, not gonna have this coffee. So it looks like we're good on that.
What's wrong with it?
So let me see if we can get a clear look at what's wrong with this coffee.
Oh.
I'm just going to dump it out here. So, definitely extreme this time. Look at that. So, that is some serious coffee mold. It is fuzzy. There are some shiny spots in there. I probably shouldn't have my face anywhere near this. I mean, I don't know. What is coffee mold? Yeah, no politics in here. Yeah, I can show the number if that helps. Let's see. All right. Just, oh, okay, so. And let me see if I can tap that for a time. 48 minutes ago. Oh, and the 82. 48 minutes ago. So, there you go, guys. I've drank coffee that looks like that. Oh, gosh. You know, Scotland is not a third world country, Michelle. You can get real coffee over there, I promise you.
It's just liquid penicillin at that point.
Yeah, I mean, would this cure, you know, a bacterial problem or
cause one?
I mean, it's white mold, dry mold, spray nonsense mold, but yeah, this taster's choice is no good. And this is just from the mold, from the Tabasco, from the general feel of all this. This is a 2005. I think somebody probably already said something in the chat, but this is definitely an 05. I mean, I don't even know. Like, for all I know, it's even easier than that, and Ameriqual doesn't make them in 2015. So, get this out of the way again, and, you know, we'll stop staring at some oldie coffee and pop back up to our meal here. So, starting Starting with the farina. Heck yeah.
Like it?
This is awesome. Hey Patrick, welcome to the stream. And Jeff. These spoons are very deep. They're very awkward.
They're great for soup.
Okay.
No, like,
No, they do look like they'd be great for soup. You know, good point, Fred. Are these heat treated or pasteurized or anything? Well, I guess they can't be pasteurized, or could they? I can tell you, Chris, there is definitely sugar in this. It's maple and brown sugar flavor. It's sweet. I mean, I don't eat a lot of sugary stuff these days, but it's definitely sweet there. So, let's take a look at this chocolate sports bar. All right. So this is pretty much going to be like a first strike bar kind of thing, but you know, just in its own white pouch, you know, so that it doesn't stand out among the snow or anything. So that looks pretty good.
looks interesting.
Moldy coffee. Oop. Would you pass my drinks and start in on your own, by all means?
That's the hot chocolate. And this is the orange drink.
Thank you for that. Ooh. So the hot chocolate might be bad. We'll see. And the orange drink is hot. So that'll be interesting. If nothing else. Pick a number. What? 56. Fray Bentos. Oh, you're talking back on Fray Bentos. I need those. I really need those.
I want to try one of those so bad.
So this orange drink has, you know, those really dark looking crystals turned into a really dark looking drink. Heated up, it kind of tastes like mulled wine, or like no, it tastes kind of like mulled wine. Oh, I didn't read the chat before that. I just saw pick a number. Okay. Oh my God, really, JW? He says he's gonna send me a Fray Bentos pie. Oh, I'd love to. I'd eat it on stream, I promise. So let me start over. Am I supposed to pick a number for some reason? Pick a number in secret. Okay. Do we have a pen?
I'll be right back.
No, we have one here. We have one here. Okay. I'm going to write it down on this sheet of paper and show Nick and place it upside down right here. Then we have a number. Between what and what? Between 1 and 100? I mean, I think to write it down will be fine. Oh, okay. Well, 1 to 200? Okay.
Okay.
All right, the number is there. Is everybody guessing already? Okay. Where should I start? What was officially? Oh, text him the number. Oh, I'm texting it to Smokey. Stop, everybody. Stop. Okay, this isn't the stop. Okay, I texted it to him, and it's written here. We're good. I'm going back up to where someone said, Sean, pick a number in secret. So when Kaylin said that, from that number on, okay, from sunshine on, there we go. Oops, sorry for that.
I don't think anybody got it yet.
Still good. Nobody's gotten it yet. All right. Keep them coming.
Is it weird that I'm not a fan of either one of these things?
The drinks? Well, the drinks are potentially bad, both of them.
Yeah, the hot chocolate was strange.
I mean, did you have the Coke or the orange juice first by chance?
I did.
Give the cocoa another shot because I think it's fine actually. Take a bigger gulp.
I did.
Really?
It just went down the wrong pipe.
Oh, I'm sorry. Killing Nick over here. Oh, I should be paying attention to this. I'm terrible. All right, so where did I leave off? Ooh, somebody got real close. I mean, thankfully that's vague enough. Wow. Okay. There's a lot of. I can't give you a hint, Quint. Oh man. All right, I'm watching. I really hope I didn't miss it. Sorry, this is not a task I'm used to doing, so apologies. I really do feel like I got to jump back up and look again. If somebody guessed it, and I guessed the wrong person. Oh man, anxiety. All these numbers, they're all so wrong. This is the stream tonight, folks. Numbers. Oh, up close again.
I just want somebody to say, I guess $1, Bob.
I buy that for $1. So I'm pretty sure the cocoa was fine.
Yeah, the cocoa.
The orange juice was not. Holy heck.
Oh my.
How have I seen so many numbers, but not...
All right, who put in the square root of pi?
That's just pi. But it's not pi, because pi is 3.141592 something. Wait, no. Hey, JW!
JW!
Okay, so, everybody stop. So now I have to, okay, all right, I know there's some delay, so let's see where that catches up. So we got at least one successful guess. Now I have to go back to that point where everything was moving really quick and just make sure no one else guessed.
Nah, you're too far up now.
38.
Yeah, go down.
38 was the number.
Yes.
Okay, because there's the give us a hint.
Yep. Keep going down.
I know. I'm just... So there was the 40 where I...
Yeah.
was paused and then looked up, and when I came back, now there's the 34. When we said somebody was close, it was also JW. Okay, so I'll give everybody a moment. If anybody else thinks they guessed 38, we will certainly go back and check. I don't want, I don't want to be unfair to anybody, or just, this is a using my eyeballs thing. So, this piece of paper has been untouched the entire time. 38. And the text, whoop, ignore the profanity. The text to Smokey, come on.
There you go.
38. So, fair is fair. This is also scientific. Yeah, this is informal. This is fun. This is having a good time. This isn't like
35 years.
This isn't winner gets a car, but it's also winner gets something that Smokey went out and obtained for you guys, and it's fantastic of him to do this for the museum. I can't thank you enough. But I think guest numbers in chat is as scientific as the Ration Museum needs to be right now. So thanks, guys. Smokey, this was a massive chunk of fun. We may do this again. I got some stuff. What kind of David Blaine magic trick? Hey, David Blaine is a demon. Okay? That's all I'm going to say about that. All right. Okay, moving on. So we have the main to try. This should be more than cooked by now. Still hot. And we've got our combos. So flipping back around to our cheddar cheese pretzels. Shaky, welcome to the stream. Oh, hey, good to hear. Good to hear you having a good laugh. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Rachel. I gotta get an address online again. And I am gonna be opening for just anything anybody can do to help here and there. We have some general equipment needs. I wanna waterproof the storage just in case, because you never know. And I want to put 1 or 2 more shelves in the office, and that's about it. Other than the big stuff like rent and functioning building for perpetuity and all that kind of stuff, and then actually going out and prepping for the fundraising and the actual museum where we're going to need property and displays and retail space and all that stuff. I mean, it's so exciting, but going to get into that in a second. So I'm glad everybody had a bunch of fun there. I did too. That was great. I'm gonna get these cups of moldy coffee remnant stuff out of the way.
Actually, if you want to give me some, I'll start throwing trash.
Don't worry about it. We got post stream to worry about that stuff. All right, so we got our Western style scrambled eggs. We got our combos.
Oh wow, they really are combos.
They're combos. They're not like an army version of pretzels with cheese in them, that they make that are very similar to combos. These are combos. Made by the same people. It's just they didn't go into a bag for 7-Eleven. They went into a foil-lined military pouch and went into an NCW. Same thing.
Wow, they taste great.
Yeah, I mean, I'd eat a combo 100 years down the line. These are 15-year-old combo or 16-year-old combos.
Do combos go bad when they're sealed like that?
I mean, I'm sure eventually there's fat in them. There was no desiccant in here. I think in some of the more modern ones they would put a oxygen absorber package in here. So let's see. We got lot 5040. Whoop. Come on. There we go. So these were packed on the 40th day of 2005. So these are just a few days shy of 16 years old. So these combos could get a driver's license in Pennsylvania. Wait, what did I just miss? Oh, got a little bit in my throat there. Hold up. Heck yeah. All right. I'm in Pennsylvania, and wait. Taylor says they're in Pennsylvania. Oh, who? Teenagers? Oh, you'd let the combos drive the car. I mean, why not? You know, they look responsible. You know, not going to stay up past midnight. Oh, well, not that one. The combos. Pensy represent. I've noticed, oddly enough, you know, there's. Okay, slowly dying over here. You know, there's 50 states in the union. There's all our territories. There's the watchers from overseas, and a full like third of the no, not third, like 10% of the stream is Pennsylvania folks. This orange juice is absolutely terrible, but you know, could be worse. So we're gonna move into the scrambled eggs. All right. Let's see, I'll grab a fresh spoon. There we go. And remember, it's Western style, so it should have that, you know, Western kind of seasoned look to it. It's not going to be bright yellow scrambled eggs. Oops, sorry there. I guess I should have just done that. That makes so much more sense. Anyway. There we go. Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, 15, 16-year-old drinks, no problem. You know, they're great, but every now and then you just need some water. All right, so we're tucking in on the Western scrambled eggs and cheese with ham and red and green bell peppers. I love these. Just, you know, they're right back to fresh vegetables immediately.
I like it.
You know, it's a interesting thing trying to reconstitute eggs. You've got you know, kind of a mealy texture to them when they're freeze dried and brought back. But honestly, like, they're good. You know. Let's see, we got a bite with some peppers in there. You know, they look good. They taste good. Can't go wrong with Mountain House. Almost flipped my bowl of eggs onto the laptop. Gosh darn it. Hershey Chocolate Factory. I haven't been there in a long time. But, you know, the song is ingrained in my head for the rest of the time, for sure. The Hershey's Chocolate World song when you're riding around. So we've got a certain type of ticket, and we've got a moistened owl. I mean, a moist towelette. I mean, you know. But we don't have like just straight up paper towels with these. And the eggs have gotten a little. I mean, so you were saying less is more. You know, you were right. But yeah, a little less water in these would have been good. I have a couple of those 1945 tropical bars. Some in okay shape, some in really good looking shape. But not many. Certainly not a case. I think 3, maybe 4. You know, Shaky, you could just always heat up Mountain House lasagna. I'm sure you got one of those. By Doug Peterson. I don't follow anymore.
Eagles fired Doug Peterson last week.
I mean, you can only ride a Super Bowl so long, right?
Or you could just be Andy Reid and be on the team for 13 years and never win a Super Bowl.
That sounds like sports politics. No politics.
Okay.
No politics. I saw someone whip a tall boy at Doug Peterson's head, and I can't remember who, just one arm, shot out and grabbed it.
It was him.
Pulled it out of the air.
Up on the bus?
Wait.
For the Super Bowl?
Was Peterson himself?
Yeah, they were.
I thought somebody jumped in front of him and grabbed it.
No, they were driving down Broad Street on the
I was there.
Yeah.
And standing in front of him when that happened, but
yeah, you can watch the video from like above. Somebody had a drone video of that bus, and it's just like
wasn't me.
It's just literally him grabbing the can out of midair and opening it.
I used to try my luck a little more than I do these days. The very last time I've been in handcuffs was during the Eagles Super Bowl parade, and it was drone related. So I'll leave it to that. No charges, no fines, no anything. I got let go, but fun misunderstanding that day. But I was there for that part of the parade. That was good. Oh, wow. Sorry. Okay. So, a couple more combos, and I think we successfully...
Don't forget your chiclets.
One each. Successfully completed that. Shaky does point out the Tabasco. Oh, would the Tabasco have made it better? Yes. But... Sorry. Yeah, drones on Broad Street. Sure, I could go do it right now. No one would care. Drones on Broad Street during the Eagles parade. No. They cared. They sent in a chopper. The chopper and my drone saw each other face to face. And 5 officers had their hands on me at the same time. So, at least I still had a Montana driver's license. And, my buddy ran up. Stop. He's just some idiot from Montana. And it worked out, but...
Wait, they were able to triangulate you on the ground?
They spotted, and I was the only guy standing there with a big old controller. I was trying to duck down, actually. Anyway, let's not do this on the museum stream. Sorry. Taylor, the Ration Museum exists. Our name's on the placard. We are 124 Chestnut Street, Philadelphia, PA, 19106. Moved in August of last year, and right now it's the archive and the conference room / prep room / work room / whatever we need it to be room. And that's it, So bit by bit, we have the ability to expand here if we want, or we can find a new home if it's more appropriate. But this isn't the state at which it's an open museum, walk on in and there's displays. This is the state at which it is a room full of boxes with everything organized. So, yeah, like Fred points out, we're in a historic area, and I know everybody's probably sick of me running through it, but you walk out the front door of the Ration Museum. The building across the street is one of the first stock exchanges for the United States, either the second, I think it's the second, the Philadelphia Corn Exchange. If you turn left and walk to the end of the street and turn left again, halfway down that block is the tavern, essentially where the founding fathers decided to separate from England, and the old bookbinders building and all kinds of other things right there. If you don't turn there and you go straight past the U.S. Customs House, there's the Museum of the American Revolution. And there's beyond that the first bank of the United States, the very first, United States bank ever built. There's Betsy Ross's house. If you go to that same intersection where left takes you to the Founding Fathers Tavern, right straight takes you to the American Revolution Museum and the History of Science Museum and a couple other museums. You turn right, and go to the end of that block, it's Betsy Ross's house. And if you turn left there's the first post office, the first fire department. And then if you just go 3 blocks beyond that, there's the Liberty Bell and the first Capitol building of the United States, the Independence Hall. Everything is right here. There's museums everywhere. It is fantastic. There's a parking garage right behind us. And it's a great place. So, when people come into town for a kind of a history, packed stay, they tend to stay in Old City and wander around Old City. There's like Segway tours and everything, where you'll just see like 9 tourists going by on their little Segways, with their helmets on, following some guide. But there's the horse and buggy stuff. We've got cobblestone streets, unfortunately. There's all that stuff.
7th and Market, Graf House. You can see where Thomas Jefferson wrote the Declaration of Independence.
There's everything. The country was born here. The Marines were born right up the street.
You could go to Cookie's Tavern for the Marine Corps birthday every year. It's painful.
I was at a Marine Corps celebration at Plow in the Stars, an Irish restaurant right across the street, and didn't know. Came in, sat down, started eating. Noticed a lot of high and tights, around the room, but then all of a sudden they started pounding the tables and stomping their feet in unison. And it was me and my buddy Dan at the time, and we were probably 2 of 5 out of 100 people in this place that weren't doing this in unison all at once, out of the blue. And so I turned to Dan and I'm like, well, I always wondered what it'd be like to accidentally walk into a cult ceremony. Here we go. But now they brought out this great big cake, and they brought out the original sword from the original ceremony from something hundreds of years ago. And they cut the cake with the sword, and everybody got a piece, and then they made sure we got pieces, because if we didn't accept and eat a piece of this cake while we happened to be in their ceremony, it was not going to be accepted. We ate the cake. I mean, you know me, I like cake. So, catching up. Pretty close to the Associated Services for the Blind building. I didn't know. With ration-related overlap with the blind community, I definitely want to do a focus at some point on all of the efforts between the Cincinnati League for the Blind, the Chicago League for the Blind, the Oklahoma League for the Blind, and their efforts to work with the U.S. military for ration packaging specifically, because that's been ongoing for 70 years or more. So really going to be interesting to put something more cohesive together on that. Jim, welcome. Sorry I didn't make it in time for the giveaway, but you made it in time for the stream. We got another chunk of time here, 30, 40 minutes, if I can keep talking that long. Durango. So Shaky's saying he's in Durango, where tourists probably outnumber locals for a good chunk of the year. There's a lot of those kind of towns out west. You know, always got to be a tour. I mean, it'd be nice to be a tourist somewhere every now and then, right? Get a change of scenery. I would love to visit Ameriqual too. I'd love to visit Ameriqual, Warnick, Sopatco, or Warnick's now part of Baxter or something. I do need to catch back up on where all the corporations ended up. Or maybe it's still Warnick, but I can't remember who's attached to Baxter now. Somebody is owned or operated by Baxter Foods that didn't used to be, and I've noticed a change in the Canadian IMPs. So I'm sure we all have. This is horrible. This super brown orange juice.
I thought you had the water.
Smokey's friend Matt's up in Natick, or was up there. Sent him some pictures he sent me, that Smokey sent on to me. Looked like he got to see a array of pressure suit meals, which I've never seen in the wild. I don't know if any of you guys have ever seen them for sale anywhere, but to date, I never have. Those are they're a food in a tube style meal, kind of like the Russian space food tube kind of things. But they have a needle, a metal tube that comes out like a good 5-6 inches from the end of the meal. And there's a port in the pressure suit helmet that fits to, and you can put push through, and there's a gasket there that when the tube is going through, it opens up. Otherwise, it's sealed to the outside because, at 35,000, I mean, not 35,000, 65,000 feet or 55,000 feet or wherever the heck, some of these spy planes are getting up to. The air's so thin outside, you essentially need, nearly a spacesuit to withstand the pressures. So rather than keep the whole cockpit and everything in it fully pressurized all the time, well, actually, no, I think they still do. But you've got the suit. So, like, if you ejected, you need that suit, But even in general, you need that suit. What is Ameriqual? Shaky says Ameriqual is the ration factory in Evansville, Indiana. So they are one of the main manufacturers for rations. It's the Southern Packaging Company in Mullen, South Carolina, Sopatco, something like that. The Right Away Foods Company in McAllen, Texas, which is now something else, I think, not just Rafco, but they became something else. There's Warnick, there's Ameriqual, there's nope. I think those are the big ones right now. There's a military store in Utica that Gordon says he's going to visit and see if he can find any old rations. Oh, hey. So we definitely need to get a list out to people. But Gordon, if you hit me up at that email address, I can get you more direct means of contacting me. And if you're ever thinking about something like that, we'd absolutely appreciate it. And if you want to make sure that you're not snagging something we have 6 of or something like that already, just reach out and I can double check. Like if I, get you my cell number, you can shoot me a text. Rafco is Warnick. Yeah, okay. I thought so because Warnick says right is also McAllen, Texas, so that makes the most sense. Excuse me. Old Smokey's channel. I should be able to do a shout out. I think. I don't know how to do that just yet. I can just drop a link in here anyway. There we go. Oh wait, Can I drop a link in here? No. Can I drop a link in here? Yes. There we go. There's a link to Old Smokey's channel. Please like and subscribe. Everything he's ever done. Or like everything he's ever done, subscribe. But found out local surplus store in your city closed. Oh, that's a shame. I'm sure there's a lot of places that were, just holding on that, they can't for forever. So, I wish folks, the best with landlords and rent and all this. Over the last year, it's been, I'm sure harder than normal for a lot of folks to stay open, especially when you got to just keep business coming in through the door. Like, I know there's probably all kinds of thrift stores and smaller businesses like that are, losing a lot of traffic. A lot of that stuff can be found online these days. And I don't mean like just abandon your local business. I mean, a lot of your local businesses are going online to sell those kinds of things. So keep an eye out for that too. I know Goodwill's online, and it's all independent. All the individual Goodwills are, they're run locally, and they have their own comfort level with tech and all that kind of thing. So it's not super consistent across everything, the way it's listed or the pricing that it's listed for or whatever. But they have kind of like an eBay style system that's really neat, and I've found rations on it before in the past. So that's always something neat. And Goodwill's a nonprofit that's trying to improve the lives of people that are attached to it or that are going through their programs. They're trying not just to give them something to do right now, but to give them skills, to give them hope, to give them community. So I like Goodwill. And it's not in the background like sinister or anything, I swear. But let's see. Defense Construction Supply Center in Columbus is huge. Oh man, every now and then, you get to go to one of those sorts of things. So if you live near one of those, you're lucky. Like if anybody's out in Idaho, by any chance, in Idaho Falls, there's a fantastic military surplus store. I think it's just called the Military Surplus Warehouse or something like that. But that's where I used to get almost all the UGRs that I would get, the unitized group rations. One sec. I'll bring one. Fall down. So these are a particularly awesome kind of ration. I don't bring out too much. Let's see, flip this. So this is a unitized group ration. These replaced the T18s, the metal trays, which in both cases, these are roughly 18-person trays. In this case, it's listed as 9 servings. Probably still end up, with more than one of these, but this one says 17 portions. But so this is a buffalo chicken. Oh, let's see. So this one's buffalo chicken, and this one is pasta with ground hot Italian sausage. These things weigh. This one's 6 pounds. They weigh about 6 pounds a piece. It's pretty common. 6 or 7 pounds. They make cakes. They make They make entrees. They make breakfast. They make everything. So those things are great. And this place in Idaho Falls, the surplus store that I would go to all the time back in the day, whenever I would be driving through that part of the country, they would sell these things for $5-6 a piece, and you could go in and you could buy a case of them for $25, and it was granted you didn't have a ton of variety any given time, but if you kept going through there, you buy 5 or 6 of every kind, before I knew it, I had tried so many of these things, and I was for years getting them and taking them down to Burning Man, where I ran a camp for a while, and then thankfully some fantastic folks have taken over the management of that camp, and I can put more time back into this. But I would serve those there every year for about 5 years of the time that I went. I would take a ton of them out into the desert and crock pots and a generator. And in our dome, which was a geodesic dome that we built ourselves out of 1-inch steel pipe, cut, pressed, drilled at certain lengths so that we could bolt it all together and make a geodesic dome with 122 struts. And I don't even remember how many nuts and bolts and everything. But once it was together, you could pretty much, put a house on top of it and it wouldn't bend. It was perfect. So we had that covered with a military parachute, Vietnam era surplus, green silk parachute. And then inside that, I had tables set up. And then we had all kinds of chairs and stuff around. And I would do chow time, usually 2 or 3 times during the week. And I would fire up 8 crock pots, tip these UGRs, tip these things into 1 crock pot each. They'd come within like about 2 inches of the top, turn it up, get it nice and hot, turn it back down to keep warm, and then call chow. Folks would come through, get out a plate, give them whatever they want out of the UGRs. They'd all say thanks. And I promise you, this is not a lie. I served about 2,500, 2,200 meals out there. I can think of the exact 2 or 3 times that anyone had any food at all left on their plate when they put their plate in the trash. And one time it was someone didn't like the oatmeal and had a little bite of the oatmeal and decided they didn't want the rest of the oatmeal. One time it was someone didn't like the rice pilaf. And I really think that's it. Everything else, people were coming back like, this is what they eat in the Army? This is what they eat in the Army? I'm like, well, if you're lucky and, you're within a certain distance of a forward operating base, they'd send out the Humvees with the heating, the heating tanks in the back, where they have these UGRs slotted in, or because you could cook them sideways, or they had them in socketed into these big hard shell plastic containers that keep them really warm. So they'd get boiled up to super, super hot and slotted into these containers and sealed and taken out to the front, popped out, cut open, dished up as quick as I can, but it's closer to a meal in a chow hall or mess hall than a MRE is. You're not sitting there tearing things open, eating up your own FRHs and all that stuff. You're just going through with your plate. You're getting a scoop of this, a scoop of that, a scoop of this, and sitting down to some hot, closer to normal food. So, I mean, I love the things. I have yet to have an actual bad experience with them, and it's completely different kind of experience when you're saying, oh, we're gonna have military food for dinner, and people are like thinking in the back of their mind like, ham and lima beans, or are we doing tiny little hot dog chunks? It's like, no, we're gonna do turkey tetrazzini, we're gonna do rice pilaf, we're gonna do beefsteak au jus. Oh man, the beefsteaks in the sauce. I mean, or in the not gravy, like an au jus, broth kind of, like a broth more than a sauce. Some of these are just awesome. Like this buffalo chicken is, fried breaded buffalo chicken. Or maybe they aren't breaded. I can't remember. It's been 12 years, I think, since I had one of those. Maybe 9 years, but somewhere in there. But the buffalo chicken, it's just great big hunks of white meat chicken and pretty good, buttery, vinegary, like Frank's Red Hot style buffalo sauce. So those are really solid, and you get that whole tray up and going. And I'm a big fan of UGRs. Sorry for the huge derail that came out of just talking about surplus stores. That's right. We used to have a great one here in Philly. I think Fred's aware of it. I Goldberg. I think you mentioned missing that as well. Oh, yeah, just today. Yeah, I Goldberg shutting down. Pete was talking about it too. It looks like, yep. That was a shame. 100 years in business, and they didn't have the best prices and they didn't have the best selection, but they were in Philly and you could go find some cool stuff. And if you went often enough, some stuff would pop up. I try and not collect anything military at all unless it's specific to rations. So that place was too tempting all the time, But I never ran into any crates from rations in there. I wish I did. That kind of stuff we're always looking for. We have about 6 or 7 crates right now, C rations and K rations and stuff, but there were all kinds of crates made to go around the wooden boxes of a lot of ration types that it'd be great to find, like a mountain ration crate, or, like a small detachment crate or something like that. One of these short run, like just to pretty much protect them in transit kind of things, and then you take out the box. Hey, DeCarlos, welcome. Good to have you. Good to have you with us. So let's see. What's Pete saying? Got a Danish Mess Kit for $3.99. $3.99. Nice. There was a little while there where you could find like I want to say Lithuanian and like Czech maybe, or maybe Hungarian mess kits for like under $15. But a Danish kit for under $4. Nice, great find. Smokey's saying he's going to try and talk Natick into changing the structure of our rations. I mean, that's ambitious. Go for it. Some of those Canadian mains are wonderful. Or even just having Baxter do a run of MREs. I guess they're a little. I mean, well, wait, is Baxter still doing them for Canada, or did that change? I think that changed. IMP. Well, you guys are probably faster at telling me. Not telling me the manufacturers, but just looking at some of these menus. Gong Bao chicken. Wow. Everything in here. Let's see. So, Napoleon. Oh! I thought you were saying a Canadian ration manufacturer was named Napoleon. I'm like, well, that makes sense. That's a good name for a ration company. He put rations first and won a lot of battles as a result. I mean, or put rations, to the forefront. An army marches on its stomach. Napoleon. I think. I mean, certainly been credited with it in modern times. I know I have a Saturday Evening Post ad that credits him with that, but our luck these days. Everything we think is a 100-plus-year-old quote we're attributing wrong or remembering wrong or whatever else, the more they look into everything. All right, going to try and finish this dark brown orange drink. Ooh, it's not quite right, but it's not quite too wrong to drink. I mean, honestly, I'm liking it the more I drink it. Maybe all the good stuff's at the bottom. Canadian mains are all still made in the U.S. Baxter is Warnick. Yeah, Baxter and Warnick became one at some point. I want to say Baxter is the actual parent company now of them both. But weren't they made in like Ohio or something? No, I don't remember. I do need some time to really start writing this stuff down. Let's see. Gordon says, Sean, maybe you could spend a little time telling us what products you're looking for and what to look out for. Fantastic idea. So the big problem I've been having over the last 6 months, at first it was we got to get everything into a new place, and then we have to organize everything and get a feel for what's there. And then we have to actually catalog, and then we have to move on to the next steps and next steps and next steps. That's the cataloging didn't happen yet, but the general get everything sorted and get a feel for what all we have. That's finally, we're through that phase, and now it's getting into the more real, like, what's coming next with the museum. And over the last week, I've been getting a lot of help, and I now realize this is one of the things that I was talking through at the very beginning of the video before I was actually live, was that there's people like like Nick, who's been here tonight, and my friend Luke, and old Smokey more than anybody else, really helping me continue to work on this, reaching out, coming up with ideas, helping with engagement with folks, trying to help move me along with this. And I know that a lot of this is stuck on my shoulders right now and doesn't have to be, in terms of there's a lot that people want to help me with, and piece by piece I need to allow more and more of that to happen. And for that to happen, I need to get more of my thoughts on paper. Well, not paper, putting it all into a digital system. Trello right now is what I'm using to build out the boards of all the tasks that are going to need to be done, from here to, an actual museum. But I've gotten too far into the weeds on this stuff, and I think of all these little things that need to happen or should happen, when reality is I just need to put that thought down somewhere and let it go for a couple months while I focus on, the things that'll move us forward. So there's people that want to volunteer. A bunch of you guys and, folks that have come up on the site have filled out the forms and have said they want to help. But I need to be able to say, okay, these are things I need help with. Here's the information you're going to need. Here's the logins you're going to need. Here's the, this and that and the other. And, that's where we're at. Got to get that stuff lined up. The next most important thing for the museum is going to be revamping the website. The website needs to be our new focal point where everybody comes first so that we can run campaigns to drive traffic to our website. Google gave us a lot of money for advertising. I was just working with them last night and the night before trying to get this finally started. We're approved, and we hadn't attached ourselves to the program because I was too afraid that I was going to screw something up. But I think I might have mentioned before the price they gave us, but they just increased it again. We have $120,000 a year in advertising from Google. $329 a day, every day, is our maximum. And if you hit that maximum every day, that's 120 grand. So it's $10,000 a month that they've agreed to give us for free. So we need to be able to use that. We need to point people in the right places. We need to have the content on the website to point people to. So over the next few weeks, my focus is going to be getting the website up to date so that it has information about this stream, so that it has information about this archive project, where we're at, so that it has our budget concept for each year, at least for this year, for what we really need and what we would love if we got beyond that. And, when that's out of the way and people can interact with us that way and people can, find out that this exists that way, then the next thing is going to go back to cataloging and figuring out what our want list is. Now there's going to be all kinds of stuff I can come up with in the meantime, and that's going to have to be on the website. So long story short, Gordon, we're working on it. We're working on it and need to get there. People want to help and they need direction. I don't want anybody to break the bank for something that we don't need, or, well, I mean, generosity is generosity, and it'll work out in the long run. So thank everybody for having the spirit to jump into this, and I want to make sure that I get a solid audience, not just from the live streams. This is wonderful, but I mean, we have to get videos up on YouTube. We have to get our website in order. We have to get our Facebook presence in order. We have to get our Instagram presence to exist. All that kind of stuff, so that people know we're out there and can say, this is a project that I want to see happen too. I want to see this finish. This can happen. We can have the digital version of everything. We can have these scans done. These are things that can happen this year. If we keep on at the momentum that we've got now, I mean, there's just so much that can happen. I mean, right now it's still just a couple hours here and a couple hours there for me, and the more I write down that other people can help on, then that magnifies. And I bet you a month from now, 2 months from now, it's a lot more than a couple hours a week that's happening towards, the progress of this museum. So that's going to be great to see, and it's gonna be slow and steady, but it's gonna work. And see, exactly, Gail wants to jump in and help with spreadsheets. I need to say, here's where the data exists, and here's something to start with, or else, I'm wasting all this opportunity right now. Well, I need labor. Not for a while. I had Nick.
Sorry.
Nick was
Had a phone call.
Nick was the hired labor. Not hired. Hired implies paid.
Voluntold.
Voluntold labor. So, yeah, Nick and I picked up and boxed and moved every single dang thing in the collection earlier in the year. But for right now, there's, it's all safely stored away, and we'll just be interacting like 1 or 2 boxes at a time.
Buffalo chicken.
I was talking about the UGRs for a bit, so I brought out some examples of these great big heavy things.
Pasta with ground hot Italian sausage.
That's a really good
one. I can't tell my mom.
Call of Duty. Oh, the Cold War Call of Duty. He's been telling me about this.
Fantastic.
He's been telling me about this, but that is actually a huge part of the museum. Making some progress. I need to swear off gaming to some degree, because that's, I can still have a little downtime at the very end of the night, but I need to chop into the downtime I've been taking to do more of this, and it'll feel better, because this is achieving something. So Google is an interesting cat,
Skynet.
So Google has a program called Google for Nonprofits. I'm good at paperwork. That's how the museum is a 501c3, and it's 2 guys in a basement. I decided earlier in the summer, when everything was picking back up, to the same week that I started streaming, I went through the process. I applied. I filled out all the paperwork. We are a public charity. We are a qualified nonprofit organization. We're an A54 historic museum. 501c3 specifically. So I filled everything out. We cited the project's goal. We didn't even have a location yet, and they approved us. And so then I got G Suite for the actual management of the organization. They gave us unlimited storage on that. Then they approved this channel that you're watching right now as a nonprofit organization channel, so that when we have enough subscribers to monetize or do super chat or anything like that, it's not for me. I don't get a penny, and I don't intend to. It's the museum's. And because it's a Google nonprofit accredited museum, organization on the YouTube setup, they don't take their fees. So then it's not like, oh, hey, I gave the stream some money, but YouTube's going to chop this. No, it's, you gave the museum some money, and I want to be able to track all that stuff before we get to that point. But then on top of that, there's apply for an ad grant, and there's no guarantee you'll get an ad grant. Forms, filled out the forms, applied, approved. There's one level for their ad grant program for any nonprofit. So the Ration Museum got approved for the same amount of ad spend as any other nonprofit that applies and gets approved. So it's overwhelming. It's been terrifying for me. I have no idea what to do with it exactly, in terms of like how to write these things. This week I finally started working with two people on this, that are walking me through everything. And when we get the release on our account fully squared away and I get them both access, um, they're going to help drive traffic all over. I'm not 100% certain if I can advertise anywhere other than Google text search. That's unclear right now. We're going to figure that out. If we can advertise on YouTube, we're going to advertise on YouTube. If we can do video ads on YouTube, oh wow, we're going to do video ads on YouTube. But for right now, it seems like text. But there's so many regular Google searches that can be driven to the site. And if we drive people to the site, and the site talks about when the stream is, we'll get more folks in the stream. But I certainly want to have more content for people that can't necessarily make it to join us on Sunday nights at 5 Eastern. But there's a lot of folks that would be interested, but they can't make our live stream. That's all right. This will be for the super friends, the super enthusiasts that want to follow week by week by week by week. But we got to get content and all kinds of stuff. But first and foremost, the website needs to get revamped, and the goals need to be out there for people to see, and our plan, our budget, that sort of stuff needs to be open, public information, and then we're going to be able to start pointing people there. We don't have any RFPs for grants yet. I let GrantStation lapse for now. I do need to start that. I know you offered to help with that too. Let me make a priority to get you access to some stuff, perhaps, if you're still interested. Because GrantStation, we can search through thousands and thousands of grants, but I don't even know where to begin there. If we're doing our own fundraiser at the same time that we're doing a grant, we could potentially maximize some match money from certain types of organizations, where they say if you raise this much yourselves, we'll put in this much on top of that. And I don't want. I keep getting scared that if I do a fundraiser now and I don't know about that side of it right, that we'll miss the opportunity to get match money or something like that could make everybody else's donations go that much further. I mean, how great would it be if some major U.S. corporation that has something to do with rations likes what we're doing and says, okay, you're doing your $25,000 fundraiser, we'll match it dollar for dollar. So then when you guys donate, $50, it's really $100 donation because this company's backing it up. That's what I want to try and get going. But I don't want to lose sight of the fact that something now is better than something better later. Like we need to just progress. Yeah, Fred, I have your contact info. I'm going to reach out. Definitely, I have to get everything I can in front of you and get your help, get your advice at the very least, and then we can potentially start filling some gaps there. Kaylin says another way I'll be able to get support is when the channel qualifies for memberships. Oh yeah. And I don't know how Patreon would work for a nonprofit, but I'm going to look into that too. Because essentially, I don't want anything to be like, that's why this is on the museum channel and not the Ruler Yak channel or anything like that. I don't want it to go through me first. It has to be attached to the museum bank account and be associated with a nonprofit tax ID and all that. Because then it's, there's no wonkiness to it. So, we were approved as an Amazon Smile charity 5 years ago, and I didn't finish the process or didn't maintain that. I think we made 34 cents or something at some point. But I certainly need to get that going again too, because I mean, if you're in the ration community and the ration museum's on Amazon and everybody buys everything on Amazon and we get 0.5% of that, that'll add up. That'll add up fast. So these are all things that every one of these things needs to get into this idea pile, and then we need to prioritize them as a group and say this is what comes first and what comes next and what comes next. And then there's no wrong speed, just one thing at a time for everybody that's involved in trying to help, and we're going to get there. This has been exciting, but this year is just snowballing. It's already 5 times more exciting than last year. I don't know what I'm saying. Let's see. Got a little. Oh, yeah. This just looks weird when I'm just like this sideways cup. No. There we go. A little bit more of the brown orange juice.
Do you want the rest of mine?
Why did you have to tell me? Oh, look. It left a thin brown sludge in there. See, now I can do this not above a laptop.
It reminded me of like the juices they give you in like preschool.
It's kind of like that. It's enriched. You know, the more I drink this, the more I think it is normal. Kinda. No.
It's
not. No. No. That is something going off.
You know what it reminds me of? The orange Dayquil.
Oh gosh. Okay, I'll definitely let you know, DeCarlos. We'll announce it here as soon as it's ready. We can reach out between now and next week. That's something I can say. I can do. I can reach out to Amazon and see if we can get our Smile account turned back on and and updated. None of anything we've done has been pulled because we violated rules or just got disqualified from something. Anything that I had signed up for that's no longer turned on and needs to just get readjusted is more like I did nothing at all because I was afraid I was going to screw something up working on my own, and it just got turned off from inactivity. So one of those things was the museum 501c3 last year, which is fixed, like I told you guys around Christmas. That's fixed. We're nonprofit, retroactively applies all the way back to the moment that it was taken away, and we're good. And I just tried to refile the 2 missing years from our tax history last night. So if that ends up going through, we'll be 100% back on good standing. I know right now Charity Navigator's like, I don't know about those guys, but the IRS website mentions they're not updating their online lists anywhere near normal time anymore. So the update right now is from like the first week of December, and we got it reapproved the 3rd week of December. So it's probably going to be like March before they update the website and include us. But everything works again. So, you know, every organization that can programmatically like reach out to the IRS and check if your 501c3 is current and valid, they all work again. So that's nice because we are. So, you know, the 501c3 was a giant pain, Fred. But it's done, it's established, and if we don't buck the system, it's really, really simple to keep. So I just gotta do everything right all the time. No, I mean, there's a bunch of stuff. Organizationally, we need to reform. There's paperwork I gotta fill out in Montana to let them know the new bylaws and that kind of stuff. The board's changed since the first initiation. I mean, right now there's essentially no board, so that's got to get fixed before we start doing anything big. You know, like there were a lot of folks that were helping and holding as a placeholder when we thought we were going to open in 2016 in Bozeman, but you know, then everything got paused. So there's a lot ahead of us, but it's been starting to move, and I'm gonna, you know, instead of just devoting Sunday before the stream to working on the museum, now I'm devoting a chunk of every Friday, a chunk of every Monday, and a chunk of every Wednesday. So for the next couple weeks at least, I'm sticking to that, and we're going to get some real progress done in getting things ready for other people to help. So as soon as that's in place, you know, then we're going to be in a lot better state, and we can start having like once a month, you know, volunteer, you know, chit chat and see what other folks need, or use the Slack or use the Discord or use whatever to stay in touch. But I'll sleep when I'm dead, DeCarlos. It sounds like I don't get much rest. No, I'll sleep when I'm dead.
What is rest? Is that a thing?
No, I mean, this is important. This is also, I get enjoyment out of this. This is good for me. I feel like this is going to not just be fun for enthusiasts, but this is an important part of American history. This has changed the world for the better. The progression of rations, which no more so than in the U.S. in the last 150 years have like real steps and leaps and bounds happened. And in these trying and difficult times, it's a heck of a lot better than staying focused on the negative or the nonsense that's going on or spending all my time getting wrapped up in whatever else. I'll stay wrapped up in rations, and I'll be happier for it. And I want to eventually be in a position where the museum can do actual good, can like actually help people's lives, in some way, shape, or form. If it's being open to the public and staffing that front desk and, having the docents in the museum be, retired or disabled veterans, that's a goal. That's something we want to do someday. And getting to a point where we can do that and we can be a stable foundation for folks to, have some connection back into the workforce, then we've done something good in addition to sharing history. And that's the goal. We want to get to a point where the museum stands on its own, matters to people, and helps people. And I think that's worth giving up some free time, So that's the point, And hopefully, with everybody's help, it'll be, something where just a little chunk of all of our time combines together to make something so much better. Man, this has been a fun stream. I think we're wrapping up for tonight. Smokey, you're the best. You're the best, man. This was so much fun tonight. I hope everybody had a good time with the contest. I know we didn't do too much in terms of the collection, but this was a good fun MCW meal. I haven't done an MCW review in years. I haven't eaten an MCW in years. So this was a lot of fun. It made Nick sit here for 2 hours for his couple comments. Sorry, man. Let's see. Hear from the chat one more time before we sign off. See, we got Howard saying, honestly, don't know how you guys do it. It's passion. It's fun, That's how. And, luck. I feel like I'm an insanely lucky person. And, I have the ability to do this kind of stuff, and I'm going to do it, And 50 years ago, I'd have been out in a field, I don't know what I'm talking about. Like, it was a different time. Just the idea that like we can communicate globally and we can decide that we want to push a passion and find a community of, strangers all over the planet that share that passion. I mean, how wonderful is that? How insanely lucky are we as a people? It's great, But
good night, John boy. It's awesome.
Uncle is visiting from Arizona. Was in the Army for 20 years. He got out right at the start of the first Gulf War. When he saw my ration collection, he said he can only remember the brown bags. The brown bag ones aren't as good as the modern ones, but they weren't bad. I like a lot of those. That one you had last night, Smokey, looked really good. Tonight's was fantastic. We made a new record, for viewership. I mean, even with me screwing up the beginning of the video, you all held in there, and I didn't double screw it up and end it and start a new stream. So hey, making progress.
My new job from now on, before every stream, is just going to be Sean, hit the go live button. Hit the go live button.
I clicked it. It said it thought it was live. Everything thought it was live. YouTube didn't. So I got to figure that out, but at least I know how to fix it next time. All right, guys, it's been a fantastic Sunday night with all y'all again. So next Sunday, join us back here, 5 p.m. Eastern. Same bad time, same bad channel. No, I'll leave you with this one more time. Stay rational, everybody.